What's up, Cancer? This is Soul from Intuitive Tarot, here to look at your week ahead starting May 5th, 2025. I just thought I already recorded some videos. May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. Oh my God, Cinco de Mayo is May 5th. Well, happy Cinco de Mayo, Cancer, if you celebrate Cinco de Mayo. Anyway, welcome any new subscribers to the channel. Definitely appreciate you. The deck I'm using, of course, will be listed in the description box. I actually started off with another deck during Taurus's video, and it didn't like that deck at all, so I will never ever use that deck again. So not reading any reversals here. We're just going to cleanse the energy from Dawn Gemini's messages. We shall begin. Yeah, I just realized May 5th is Cinco de Mayo. All right, so cutting the deck here, Cancer. We're going to start and begin, and we're going to start off with a very positive card here for us, and this is very hopeful because it's the Star card. So again, any things or anything that you may be hoping for, wishing for, praying for, always seems to manifest even more strongly when the star is in your spread. Okay, this is anything in terms of any psychic abilities that you may possess, developing or expanding as well. Hell, you could meet somebody famous, of course. Focusing your energy, however, Cancer, on one or two things this week. I don't think you should have any problems, but we didn't throw any more cards down there, so we don't know that just yet. Just make sure that you are focused on one or two things, not feeling like the stars that is, in the star card scattered in the heaven, because that is just energy to me. Social media, social networking also falls underneath the energy of the star. And that could be any types of engagements, whatever your favorite, whatever you go on the social media for. All right. And also too, this could be a week of, feeling dreamlike, could be dream journaling, stargazing, all that falls underneath the energy of the star. All right, so following that, we have the major arcana, the Three of Pentacles. All right, so this card that comes through in terms of recognition, for something that you've done. It's usually a completion of some sort of project. And again, Cancer, it could be that you've completed something in your actual work that you do, and now your recognition may come through a small pay raise, or something outside of your work. And whether or not you did that with, any collaborating with anyone, there's some sort of recognition that may be coming your way. So it's usually a job well done, thank you, pat on the back. And the energies are going up on the 5th, so maybe by the 7th. It's usually 3 days after. There could be that type of energy coming your way. You get honored for something, you get mentioned for something, possibly. Also, the Three of Pentacles for me. You could be introduced to somebody new, as well as workplace love affairs and attraction. Up next now, we have the Seven of Swords to deal with. Seven of Swords is always the card that I read. For some of us, that could be related to some people that we had already disconnected from our lives. And this could be friends, definitely distanced ourselves from family members, and it definitely involves ex-romantic partners. No, because the Seven of Swords is here, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're coming forth, but the energy may be still lingering, something that you may have dealt with. And I'm not just talking about last week, yesterday, or whatever. This is something that could have been, um, something that you dealt with in years past, and it's still something that is troublesome for you, of having to think that they may come back. But just, use your best judgment, be discerning, of course. So I always say that they may not be physically around you, but the energy attached to them may be lingering, and that could be just what you are experiencing from whatever you dealt with from, a month, months ago, years ago. Um, just, if they should happen to recycle themselves, just know that they haven't changed, Cancer. They're not going to present anything new. Okay, they're just going to create more chaos and conflicting energies for you. If it is not that energy that I speak of, Cancer, it could be that, on the material side, because I always get that there could be a representation of material things that come about that you put aside, forgot about, thought you lost it, any of that comes back to resurfacing. Okay, and I'm always good for putting things down and forgetting where I put it, and then a day later or a week later, then I remember what I did with it. So that's the type of energy I'm talking about, just strictly material things. All right, so following the Seven of Swords here, now we have the King of Wands. King of Wands here, you're focused on something or someone. You normally go after whatever it is that you're focused on, Cancer. Now you have to put yourself in the position of this king, and that's the intensity, that's the focus. So whatever it is that could be going on here for you, very intense, very passionate. Um, of course, any Cancer that I'm reading for who is artistic and creative, he could also send in fire energy to help you to be more inspired and creative along the way. He's a court card, so any forms of sexual energy expression is usually positive. Okay, that comes out with the King of Wands. Up next is the Ten of Wands. So some of us crabs will find ourselves somewhat extremely busy. Okay, one of the busy V cards is showing up. This is the highest. And just coming in here to assist you, to give you the energy of helping you to carry out whatever it is that you have going on. Now, some of this energy here, Cancer, may be involving your work. If not, it's just you having to do things that need to be done, whether it's scheduled on your plate or not. Okay, so you have energy assist from the Ten of Wands. Following that, we have the Ace of Wands. So there's something that could be coming through real fast that put a smile on our face. We could use that, right, Cancer? Always an element of surprise. The ace is where you are the initiator. Sometimes you're initializing something for the very first time. It could be a start of a new project or creative pursuit or anything involving any types of hobbies. Okay, that would be the Ace of Wands. Following the Ace of Wands, now we have the Lovers in our spread. Oh my gosh, Cancer. Lovers is in our spread. Normally, when the Lover shows up in our spread, any interactions or dealings that you have with other people throughout the week, no matter who they are and what capacity they are in, you really shouldn't have any problems. Sits underneath the Three of Pentacles, so that could be, work associates, co workers, bosses. This is always the card that levels that energy out because you're on the same page with everyone, seeing eye to eye with everyone. The Lovers also too has the strong ability to formulate and bring together new partnerships in terms of business, romance, platonic friendships, and anything that's going on in the family, making the family unit stronger. Okay, so that would be the major arcana, the Lovers. Following the Lovers here now, Cancer. Ooh, now we got the major arcana of the Sun. See, we needed this energy. We needed this energy. So now the Sun, the most powerful card in the tarot deck, is smiling and shining on us, Cancer. So this is going to turn out for many of you that I'm reading for a very great week. Now, because we have the Sun and the Star, I always say that, now you could become very successful and recognized, okay? Famous. That's usually the energy when the star and the sun shows up. Okay, so there's having to achieve some sort of success, happiness, feeling childlike, of course. Any Cancer that I'm reading for, this is my health card, so you could be working for the health industry. Uh, some Cancers may be just going through this week having to do, you know, routine medical exams or checkups. All will be well. Any forms of laboratory testing, x rays, all of that energy falls underneath the sun. Okay, the health card. Some of us may be traveling, so I could be talking to Cancers that live in Florida, California, wanting to travel to Florida, California, or somewhere else, Cancer, that's warm, sunny, and welcoming. Yes, answer to all questions that you pose for yourself, feeling energetic, feeling vibrant, feeling happy. That is the major arcana, the sun. Also, the sun comes in Cancer to heal. So it could be here to heal any emotional wounds, physical wounds, mental wounds, and then also to give us blessings. Following the sun, now we have the Eight of Swords. Okay. Eight of Swords is feeling like you're trapped and worried about something. becoming anxious about something, Cancer, but you have to be careful of the Eight of Swords because it could be tricky at times. If it's something that's real that you're dealing with, of course, you want to deal with it, reduce the conflicting energies as much as you possibly can. You don't want this energy, however, if it is real for you, to linger around because it just gets worse if you don't do anything about it. Also, get that there could be sitting under that court card, the King of Wands, some sort of break in communication that could be with a romantic partner, family member, or friend, regardless if they are at a distance or not. So, this is, having to fear something, be doubtful of something, get nervous, feel tense about something, possibly not sleeping well. And also, to the trick side of it, is that you must you must pay attention to not place things in your mind, infiltrate your mind, Cancer, with things that have not occurred just yet, okay, or will not ever occur. Sometimes we do that. We'll, something that we have on our mind and it's pressing. It could be a relationship. I'm just using a relationship as an example. And, you want to know how, if you're not, with this person or to, living together or whatever, and they may live at a distance, what they're doing, what they're thinking, and you could be thinking all the wrong things about that, right? And that's what I'm saying. Just be careful there because it never seems to pan out the way that we contemplated in our mind. All right, so following the Eight of Swords here, now we have the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is where we take charge and action, and this could be related to something from our past or not, Cancer, that we move forward with this week to take care of. All right. Additional messages here for you is the High Priestess. Definitely pay attention to, not only pay attention to your intuition this week, but pay attention to all these major arcanas that are showing up in your spread. These are very powerful major arcanas, Cancer. So, definitely pay attention. So, opposites attract. Um, However, we could be, holding back information or secrets from someone, or someone could be holding back or, information secrets from us. Okay, that's what this card usually entails. Also, too, the other aspect is there may be something that's going on for us this week, Cancer, and the advice that comes out of the High Priestess is always to have patience, whatever that energy may be for you. Number two represents relationships, right? Okay. But I think the most important thing that we need to grasp out of this High Priestess is to trust the process of our own intuition and, always go with that first impression that you get in your gut. The inner voices that you hear is always the correct answer. It will never, ever fail you if you trust yourself. All right. Following the High Priestess, now we have the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is also um, could be callous when it comes to gossiping. So be careful, Cancer. Don't get yourself involved in um, gossiping, unwanted gossiping. Don't be the gossiper or the gossipee. You should be all right. But this is also too in connection with the Knight of Swords in terms of a stronger action or a decision that you're about to do and related to something going on or happening or occurring for you this week. All right. Very determined. She's already communicated. She knows what she's going after. She knows what she has to do. Last card for us, Cancer, is the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords here. Two tens in a reading. Very auspicious energy, which is usually positive. Could be lucky. But this here means that the energy surrounding us in some area, Cancer, something is coming to an end. Now, it could be almost anything. So, I don't want to be too generalized, but it could be almost anything that's going on for you, Cancer. The ending of, let's just say, whatever the ending may be, it could have been temporary from the onstart, and maybe it's coming to an end. Something new, though, however, is going to open up and um, come towards us. Any Cancer, excuse me, that I'm reading for, if it's not you, maybe it's somebody that you know. And this is planning future inpatient, outpatient surgical procedures. And I always say that it's going to be painful if you are. But the Ten of Swords always offers relief and recovery, so it's not like you're going to be in pain forever. All right, so that is what I have for us this week, Cancer. Not too bad. Just me interpreting these messages here for you. Always take what's going to work for you. Leave the rest alone. Again, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel. Always come back to get more of these messages from me, Cancer. Have a safe, great week ahead, and I'll talk to you soon. Ciao.